Let's talk about the restore IP address. So a valid IP address consists of exactly 4 integers separated by a single dot. So each integer is between 0 and 255 and cannot have leading 0. So which means this is not valid, and this is not valid, and also this is not valid, right? So you are given a string S containing only digits, and return all possible valid IP address that can be formed by inserting dot into the S, right? So this is the given string. So you can possibly return this one or this one, right? So you just have to know the length of the string is actually restricted between 4 and 12, right? So you can have either 0.0.0.0, right? Or you can have 255, 255, 255, 255, which is 12, right? So you can actually have a base case for this to just making sure the valid string is valid, right? So if that is less than 4 or as the length is actually greater than 12, I can actually know this is not a valid string, right? So I will have a list of string become my global variable to store my valid IP address. So I'm going to say array list. I'm going to return this right over here. So what I will do is I will actually split the string to 4 segments. So for each segment, I will just making sure the number is actually between 0 and 255. If that is good, I will move on the next index. So at the end, I will just making sure my 4 different segments and adding the dots. So you might don't understand what I meant, but this probably is an easy way to code. Okay, so I have a inner segment, right? And I will have a helper function, and it's going to be public void, and I'm going to pass in the string and pass in the index of the string, and I'm going to pass in the segment and also pass in the segment index. So you will know like which position you are at, and I'm going to call this function as, so it's starting from 0 and you pass in array, and you also starting from 0, and at the end you just return this. So let's talk about how I need to take care of the base case for this helper function. So if the string index is actually equal to s.length, I probably should know like I have to making sure my segment index is also equal to 4, right? If that is true, then I can actually know I can add a string to my list, right? So and segment index is actually equal to 4. I will just say list.add new string. So I will convert the segment number in array number to the string and add into the list. So I'm going to say segment 0 plus dot plus segment 1 plus dot plus segment 2 plus dot plus segment 3, right? And later on you'll just return. So this will be the return value if you find the segment is valid, right? And just want to making sure if there is a problem when either segment index is actually equal to 4 and you didn't finish the traversing the string, then you have to return, right? Or you either actually hit the end of the string but the segment index is not equal to 4, so which means this is not a valid string, right? So you have an else if case, right? So if index is actually equal to s.length or the segment index is actually equal to 4, you will also have to return. So this will be pretty much the base case. So I'm going to traverse. So for the length for each integer in the segment, right, is either between 1 and 3, right? So this is 1, right? This is 3. So you will have like a 1 and 3 possible traversal, right? So length less than equal to 3, of course. And I also want to making sure like my current position for the index in the string for the string plus the length is actually less than or equal to the s.length, so I would not get out of bound, right? So length plus index is actually less than or equal to s.length, and I'll just keep plus my length. Alright, so in this situation I will actually just parse in my string to the integer, so I will be able to know am I actually get a valid integer or not, right? So parse in, and what I will do is I will have to substring the index with my length, right? So index, so current position is actually 0, right? 0 plus the length, so it could be 1, so 0 1, right? But you don't actually include the last one, so substring is actually exclude the last character, right? So index plus length. So just want to making sure you know what is substring method, and also if the value is actually is actually greater than 255, so you don't want it, and also the leading 0, right? The leading 0. So if the length is actually greater than 1, and also the a-star chart at index. So you always use index. This is because the first character is at index position, not index plus length, not index plus, you know, it's not other situation. It's always index star.chart at index. If that is equal to 0, the first character, then you will have to break out. This is not valid, right? So just want to making sure this is not valid, and it's always happen on the first integer, and you always have the integer, I mean the index, the current index for each segment for sure. And if everything is pretty good, right, then you are just passing the value into your segment and just call your just traversing for the rest of the character. So I would say have s and an index plus length, right? I'm using the length, so just index plus length, and that would be the exactly position where you add in the string. And also I need to pass a segment, and segment index will plus 1 no matter what, right? Because I already stored this current index already. So if you backtrack, right, you have to restore the segment to -1, so you are actually reusing again. And so this is actually pretty much the solution. So let me just run the code and see what happened. I might get some error for sure. Okay, I don't. And here we go. So for time and space complexity, so for every, okay, for the time I actually don't know, but for the space is actually what is actually the height of the tree. So if you actually think about the backtracking, this is actually the tree. So I would say like all of probably the length of the s, so it's gonna be all of log n for sure. And for the time, I have no idea. So if you have any solution, please let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.